Hi there, Spanish Grammar Guy here on Focus 15 to help you with your Spanish grammar. Welcome to this video on how to use comparative adjectives in Spanish. So in Spanish, we use comparative adjectives to show the difference in quality or quantity between two things. To form a comparative adjective, we often use the word más, which means more, or menos, meaning less, followed by the adjective. So the structure we use looks like this: más plus the adjective plus que, which means more, menos plus the adjective plus que, meaning less. So let's look at some examples to see how this works in practice. Let's take the adjective alto, which means tall. And we want to say Juan is taller than Pedro. So we would say Juan es más alto que Pedro. Juan is taller than Pedro. Okay, so let's have a look at a second example using the adjective rápido, which means fast. Let's say we compare a car and a bicycle. We could say the car is faster than the bicycle. El coche es más rápido que la bicicleta. And what we notice, of course, about these adjectives, they have to agree in gender and number with the noun they are describing. So el coche is the noun being described here, and rápido is masculine and singular, which is why those two are agreeing. Okay, so let's have a look at another example here. Let's use the adjective pequeño, meaning small. And we want to say the puppy is smaller than the dog. We'd say something like el cachorro es menos pequeño que el perro. Okay, the puppy is smaller than the dog. Okay, so we've learned the structure for comparatives with más and menos, and we've seen some practical examples. So remember, you must agree the adjective with the noun that's being described. But, of course, as usual, there are some exceptions to this structure. For example, the adjective for good is bueno or buena. But if something is better than something else, we don't say más bueno que. No, we say mejor to mean better. If something is malo, meaning bad, or mala, we don't say más malo que. We say peor. Okay? If someone is old, viejo, we use mayor to mean older, only with people though, not with things. And if someone is young, joven, again, only with people, we say menor to mean younger. Let's have a look at an example here. Mis hermanas son mayores que yo. My sisters are older than me. So what we notice here about mayor is it is agreeing in number with the plural mis hermanas. So mayor doesn't change for gender. It's mayor masculine, mayor feminine, but it does change for number. But what if we want to say something is equivalent to something else? For example, something is as expensive as something else. Not more expensive than or less expensive than, but it's comparing things as equivalent to each other. Here we use this formula. Tan plus the adjective plus como. Like this in this example. Este bocadillo es tan barato como ese bocadillo. This sandwich is as cheap as that sandwich. Going back to the example previously, where we said Juan es más alto que Pedro, Juan is taller than Pedro, what if we want to say Juan is as tall as Pedro. The structure is tan plus the adjective plus como, like this. Juan es tan alto como Pedro. Okay, so let's reinforce these structures with some practice. First one. Esta casa es, and we want to say cheaper que esa casa. We want to say this house is cheaper than that house. I've given you the adjective here, barata. It's got to agree with casa as singular and feminine. So the sentence would read, Esta casa es más barata que esa casa. Okay? So here is an English sentence. Juan is more intelligent than Pedro. We would say, and if you want to pause the video, think about the answer, come back. So we want to say here, Juan es más inteligente que Pedro. Okay. And using an equivalent comparative adjective, let's have a look at this particular sentence to finish off. This book is as interesting as the other. Here's the sentence. Este libro es tan interesante como el otro. Okay. That's it for now for comparative adjectives. Please subscribe to Focus 15 with the Spanish Grammar Guy if you want more Spanish grammar tips. See you soon. Thanks for watching.